Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages. Well, we kind of probably knew that Agatha All Along was going to be a hot pile of steaming garbage when we'd heard that the Disney embargo on all of their actual full-blown reviews out there were going to be held until literally the show's premiere. It has to premiere on Disney Plus before they are allowed to release their full reviews of the series out there. That is never a good sign, boys and girls. And as we all had heard from a lot of the rumor mill in the past, from our dear sweet friends over at Film Threat, Frank Gore, aka Chris Gore out there, we knew that this stuff was probably going to end up being hot garbage after all of the house cleaning that Kevin Feige had done over there at Marvel, getting rid of a lot of what they would call the activist producers inside of it. Yes, the people that are pushing the agenda, the people that are pushing the spirit of the age. Well, ladies and gentlemen, just as we had expected, Agatha All Along is nothing more than the final gasp of that which will hopefully be a very dying trend over there at Disney Marvel. Because boys and girls, the question and why is it always this guy that asks this question? It's always this guy. Every time I see this, it's always this guy. Always asking about, hey, I heard this is the gayest everything. I heard this is gay, gay, gay. Well, guess what? We have it from two different actresses confirming already, plus some of the reviews that we've already got as well, confirming that, yes, this will end up being the gayest Marvel project ever. And, well, we saw how well that worked out for the Acolyte, didn't we, boys and girls? So we're going to check out these posts. We're going to get into a little bit of the juicy details of all of this kind of stuff and show you a headline that I'm not entirely sure I can even read out on YouTube, but we're going to give it a try anyway. But before we do, if you do enjoy our content, hit that like button, share with all your friends, and subscribe or follow if you have not already, because boys and girls, we are grinding, we are growing, and I could not do that without every single one of you. Also, leave us a comment in the section down below, letting us know what you think about this. Does this surprise you at all from a series about another coven of witches? It's almost identical to the Acolyte, that it's gay, 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 or are you still holding out some little bit of hope out there that this fantastical little supernatural kind of thing that a lot of us would be normally into might actually end up being okay? Let us know what you think about all that in the comment section down below. As always, all opinions are welcome. So, over here from Variety.com, we have two different red carpet interviews. So, I absolutely adore Aubrey Plaza. I think she's a great actress. I think she does crazy very, very well. And there's a couple of things she said out there that I relatively agree with. She seems like one of the more common sense folks out there. But needless to say, she is out there promoting this series as one of the gayest things. So we're just going to go ahead and get into this one real quick, because hers is a little bit of a shorter confirmation on this. But once again, why is it always this guy asking about gay? I don't know, but Aubrey Plaza reacts to Agatha All Along being called the gayest Marvel project ever. Wow, it's like we're having flashbacks to the Acolyte all over again. Weird. I wonder if history will repeat itself again. So here we go.
The first episode, but Agatha, I'm told, I've seen the first episode, but Agatha is the gayest Marvel project yet. Do you agree?
It better be, because that's what I signed up for. I think it is.
I'm told.
And I mean, literally, that's all she says. I think it is. And I mean, at first I was kind of like viewing the video and I was like, does she feel kind of uncomfortable in asking for this question? But Aubrey Plaza is kind of an awkward woman to begin with. And I think she's not in a bad way. I don't think it's a bad way in any way, shape, or form. But it's one of them situations where, this is the marketing stuff, right? This is what we always get. These are the marketing lines, these are the talking points. Now, if Aubrey Plaza comes out there and decides to start taking shots at fans because we disagree with the fact that all of the representation and all of the rest of this nonsense, and then we'll roast her just like everybody else. I don't care if I like her as an actress or not. You put dumb words out there in the public, and guess what? You're going to get criticized them for. But this is the kind of marketing that we have. This is the kind of marketing that is pushed with this kind of stuff. Who is this supposed to be? This is supposed to be for white, woke women, and probably gay men too. Like woke women and gay people. That's exactly what this kind of show is for. And we saw what happened with the Acolyte. We saw how little of those people showed up. All you got to do is go to an Ollie's or even a Walmart and look at the amount of toys left on the shelves from that series. Guess what? They don't show up to watch your series, and they don't buy your merchandise, which is why Agatha All Along will fail just like the Acolyte did. But boys and girls, not only is Marvel the gayest thing ever, but apparently all witches are inherently gay out there as well. So Zasha Zir Samata talks about representation in Agatha All Along, and let's just go ahead and hear it straight from her mouth. And ladies and gentlemen, I mean, The shaved head thing's kind of like the blue hair at this point, right? Isn't that generally kind of like just a giant red flag that gets thrown up for everybody at this point? I mean, it's just kind of like, why? Why do they always look like this? Why do they always look like this? I don't know. Shout out to Gal, who has green hair and she's not crazy.
It's been described to me that Agatha is the gayest Project Marvel.
And so obviously, and I hate to assume a person's sexuality, okay? But it is Hollywood after all. And considering the tones that this guy uses to ask these questions, I guess now we can kind of confirm and assume this is why he always gets the question, because, well, you're gay. You like to suck dick, right? So let's do you. Let's have you ask all the gay questions. He's probably like, sure, yay. I could be on the red carpet with all these fabulous women, yay. So I'm not judging him. I'm not even hating on him for that. You know, you do your job. But once again, this just shows you why the acolytes of the cult and why all of this stuff, they are down for this. They want to promote as this. They want to push this kind of stuff. This is what Variety is trying to push. These are the questions they are asking. You notice they're not highlighting questions about, hey, how accurate is this to the lore? How much of the lore accurate magic are we going to get from the Marvel universe? How about that? No, because these people don't care about that. They're not nerds. All they care about is where their genitals go. And that's the biggest problem with this kind of nonsense. They don't concentrate on good storytelling. They concentrate on representation, and the show and the series end up suffering for it because that's the only thing they ever concentrate on. Plus, they're all a bunch of talentless hacks.
Has ever done. Agree?
I would agree with that, yeah.
Why is it?
You'll see. You'll see when you watch it. But, I think witches are queer inherently just because we are outcast and, set aside for many reasons. And I think this...
Now, given... if she's referring to the actual definition of queer, aka strange and unusual, I would agree with her on that one, because generally, like your old wives' maids and stuff like that, where the herbalists and all of that kind of stuff generally were kind of outcast. They were looked at as weird, they were feared and stuff like that a lot of the time. So it's one of those situations. If she was actually using that word in the correct terminology, I would completely agree with her. But we know better than that. They've hijacked that word just like they've hijacked so many others out there, boys and girls. You remember there was a time where gay used to mean happy? Yeah, weren't those the days, ladies and gentlemen? Weren't those the days?
Shows a really good representation of different types of people, and that we can all...
It shows a really good diversity of type of people. Really? Because the only guy you've got in there is queer as a $3 bill. So I guess straight white males need not apply unless they're probably the villain, which I'm sure is probably exactly what we'll see in this series, because, well, it's all kind of predictable at this point. I mean, they literally turned the Jedi into the bad guys and the Acolyte. So, yeah, not exactly expecting much.
All use the power we have within to, go forth and be great.
It's been just...
The power within so they can go forth and be great. Now, I used to remember a time where the witches' stories were all about, I don't know, Sabrina the Teenage Witch, right? You all had to swear allegiance to the devil. I mean, that was a Netflix series that they just did. They had to be the bride of Satan, turned out to be the daughter of Satan, and all this other kind of stuff. But no, boys and girls, because they're strong, powerful gay women, their power comes from within. They're already powerful, and I guarantee you that Agatha all along... well, she all along had her power the entire time. And that it was just within her. Scarlet Witch didn't take anything from her. No. She's just going to go on this journey of self-discovery and find out that she really was still powerful the entire time. Mark that down and prove me wrong when this series concludes, that I will not be spot on right on about this. Why? Am I some psychic? Am I some genius that can see the future? No! Because we've seen this nonsense done over and over again. Go ahead, Marvel. Let Agatha All Along be the gayest Marvel we've ever seen. Star Wars The Acolyte was the gayest Star Wars we'd ever seen. And how'd that turn out? The series was canceled within, a couple of weeks after it came out? And I'd imagine if the rumors actually are true, which concerning the sources they come from, I fully believe then that Kevin Feige did indeed fire all of the activists, producers inside of Marvel. I'd imagine that there will be either no word on ever if Agatha will ever get a season 2. I'd imagine its ratings will probably end up being worse than The Acolyte, but I could be wrong on that one. But at the end of the day, we know where this is going. Go Woke, Go Broke exists for a reason. When you decide to concentrate on diversity, inclusion, and equity over good storytelling, you fail every time. The Birdcage is an incredible movie. It is a prime example of how you do gay properly, got proper representation. But now instead, it has to be all about that with no legitimate storytelling because you're all a bunch of talentless hacks that the only thing you care about is where your genitalia go, and you can't see past that. That's why you have no ability to write a good gay story in any way, shape, or form. Instead, you just cram all this stuff down our throats, and then when we come out and give you legitimate criticisms because your show sucks, it's boring, and it makes no sense, then you go, well, you just hate gay people. Well, guess what? The days of your ist and phobes and all of your comments and everything else are over. You've lost. 2024 is indeed the year that woke goes to die, and Agatha All Along's ratings will prove that. Mark it down. At the end of the day, Agatha All Along, you'll get what you deserve.